Well, it started off with a midlife crisis that looked pretty good to me. Ended with explosions and excitement. I'm Jackie.
On second thought, let's not go to Texas. 'Tis a silly place. I'm Justin.
Which really fucks up my, Texas again. But whatever. This is Action USA from 1989 on Stinker Madness. I'm Sam. Also, bye.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. This is a podcast about bad movies for bad movie lovers by bad movie lovers. I'm your host, Justin. With me are always Sam and Jackie. This week on the show, Action USA, sort of starring Cameron Mitchell and sort of starring William Smith. Currently streaming on Tubi, Plex, I think. What's the other one? Pluto.
Pluto.
Just go to Tubi. It's the best one.
I watched it on Pluto. The commercials were actually, I can give a good report on Pluto because although it did cut off in the mid-line a couple times, it went back up to where you got the whole line afterwards, like a 5-second backup or whatever when it came back. The first 3 commercial breaks were average length. After the first half of the movie, it would only break very seldom and only give you one ad. So the ads were less frequent than I've been noticing on Pluto than any other of the ad-based ones.
Interesting, because we only got 3 breaks, and they were all about 30 to 45 seconds. The other thing I notice about Tubi is somebody's watching these goddamn stinkers, because they are splicing their commercials at the end of scenes. Never is it in the middle of a scene, never in the middle of a line. It is fade to black, commercial, as if these were on fucking TNT. I want that guy's job.
So then watch it on Tubi, because they cut midline a bunch of times in the Pluto.
I can't sing Tubi's praises enough. I just think that's a great platform.
I'll tell you what is not a great platform right now in my book is Amazon. Those fuckers. I went on to watch a stupid British show because, that's kind of my dig on the weekends. And it was like, for $2.99, you can watch ad interrupted. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? I pay over $100 a month to have this service. Or over $100 a year to have this service.
My God, $100 a month. We are getting hosed with commercials. Yeah, Jackie, you need to open up your phone and read the news every now and then. The internet is hot about the Amazon ads because
it is bullshit.
We're not getting the shipping. The 2-day shipping is all over the fucking place that we were promised, Jeff Bezos, and now you're giving us ads.
And
I don't know
you know what? You're really not saving $100 a year in shipping.
Oh?
And you're not. I mean, I looked up how much stuff we order, and it's not $100 a year.
You should look at how expensive shipping is on auto parts, Jackie. Just for one of I need to order a brace, and on eBay, the cheapest I can find this cross brace for the new Beamer is the shipping just by itself is $65. So, yeah, we do save it on shipping.
Also, shipping costs have been shot through the roof as currently UPS and FedEx are now spreading their losses from the Red Sea problems across all fronts.
Yep, drunken captains will do it. This is a podcast about movies, not shipping.
Well,
geopolitical concerns, polar bears with knives.
Yeah, I would watch a documentary with polar bear with knives, but but then they're going to put in $2.99 worth of commercials in every show that I watch, and I don't want to do that.
Exactly. Isn't that
polar bear
right
as the bear is going to get ready to stab a penguin or one of those buttholes that is like, I'm a man and I'm going to go do the Arctic. No, bear says, and he's like, ah, and then right as he's getting ready to stab the dude, then it'll be like, Tide can keep your clothes fresh. And don't forget, ladies, if you pee in your sleep, you can put this banana between your legs and it'll help you wake up dry. Now back to bear stabbings. And you're like, no, now I'm out of it.
God damn it. All right, let's go on to Action USA. Sam, what you got?
Well, this was directed by John Stewart, not
that John
Stewart,
yeah.
Obviously, the stuntman,
back
the stunt
on the Daily Show.
That is fabled among B movies. He's not like a big stunt coordinator in Hollywood. He's like Fred Olen Ray and guys like that stunt coordinator.
He did
I don't know about Fred Olen Ray.
He did do the stunts for Ferris Bueller, which is a big Hollywood movie.
Yeah, he was a stunt man. If he's stunt coordinator, he's typically not in a Hollywood picture.
So he's probably driving the pretend Ferrari, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and he's probably got 100 uncredited falls for every credit he has on IMDb. I would think.
Yeah.
Although his filmography that is on IMDb is this guy is a who's who of bad movie stunts. Like, honestly, he's got 58 credits. There's probably way more than that he did just for money that day.
Right.
Cliff Booth sort of a deal, I'm thinking, without the war hero weird killing the cultists at the end. But Day Player maybe doesn't get a credit, but, gets $600 to jump off something and goes home for the day. I would say of the 58 that are on IMDb, like half of them are potential episodes. You're looking at stuff like The Tomb, Savage Dawn, Wired to Kill, which we've already done, Death Spa. We did that one, didn't we?
Yep, Spa of Death, yep.
Phantasm 2, Cyclone. We've been wanting to do Cyclone for a while.
Yep.
It's just, all of it looks great.
You have carte blanche on John Stewart picks, Sam. I looked at it. I'm like, Sam, if you just do this for the next Tell You're Dead thing, we're good. We've got content out the ass because of this guy.
This year is just Sam picking John Stewart movies.
Yep.
Well, from 89 to 90, he got into bed with Ross Hagen, and that relationship would last as a friendship probably indefinitely. And they did these three pictures, but there was a lot of kicking around that was happening when these three pictures were being made from 89 to 90. So there's this one, a movie called Click, and a movie called Cartel. I don't know that Hagen's all that involved with Cartel, because at the same time, Hagen's in bed with Fred Olen Ray. He's going to do Alienator around this time. So he's kicking back and forth between where this was shot in Waco, Texas, and still sort of like flying into LA. Did he fly his own plane like his character? Who knows?
Yeah.
Probably not.
A little stunt plane.
That was pretty awesome.
Stunt planes are sweet, dude.
Yeah.
So that was a real plane. That wasn't like a prop plane that actually doesn't fly.
No, that was a real stunt plane.
Yeah.
They're stunt men, Jackie. This is a stuntman movie. They've got stunt stuff. It's like Travis Pastrana's backyard. You just go there and we've got bazooka that's shaped like an elephant that you can climb into and it'll launch you like 500 feet. Yeah, we got one of those. You just go back there and get your stunt stuff. It's
like that, only in the late 80s, early 90s. So there's also frisbees full of cocaine and
right. Yeah. I'm sure the wings of that stunt plane were just packed with cocaine and they could just fly coke wherever they need to and just drop it off like crop dusting. The people down on the streets just open up their mouths and the cocaine goes in.
Yeah.
It's Christmas.
That sounds pretty awesome.
It's the 80s. That's how it worked.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to grow. I would not have wanted to be an adult female in the 80s, but like a man in the 80s, yeah.
I'm betting it was a good time. If you're white. If you're a white man.
If you're a white businessman.
Or a white guy with money and like a cool shirt and gel. That's pretty much all it took was cool shirt and gel. And you've got it made in the 80s if you're a white dude.
Sell enough junk bonds to put up your nose and not really realize how much money that actually was. John Stewart would direct one more. He did a couple. So he would get you've done some movies, so here's a job. That was called Hidden Obsession with Jan Michael Vincent and Heather Thomas. And I bet that's hard to watch because it's right around that Fatal Instinct time. Or what's that one?
Yeah. No, Fatal
Instinct. Fatal
Basic
Attraction.
Instinct. Yeah.
Basic Instinct. Are they the same movie?
I think they're the same movie.
Okay, so here's a fun thing. We turned this on Pluto, and I just turned Pluto on, and what's that sexy business with Angelina Jolie and Antonio Banderas?
Ooh, the
Original
Bathtub
Sin?
movie. Yeah, Original Sin. There you go.
Yeah.
So I just hit, Pluto's already on this TV. Click. Original Sin comes on, and I'm like, this is not what you just throw at people. You just do not throw Original Sin at people.
No.
Come on now. What if there's children here?
Yeah, Jesus, man. Mom's
Jesus.
over, walking around with a big chub in front of your mom all of a sudden. Not cool.
Yeah. Too sexy.
It's too sexy.
It's too sexy. What are you thinking, Pluto? You have an X list of something. That should be on it. And then eventually in 2007, he would make a biopic of himself and then spell it Jon Stewart, I guess, to, get it off the shelves. Because in 2007, the video store's still there, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not as many as there was, but yes, they're around.
They're still there.
I think here where we live, the family video stores still look nice. Like the signs are new. And Sam's been here and commented, because he's a sign man, how shitty the signs were. The family video stores here have nice signs, but they're all closed down. I wouldn't be surprised if Family Video in the St. Louis area was open until like 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Video Memories was open here until 3 years ago.
There you go. Yeah. No, 2007, man, that's good times. Be a video store clerk.
In fact, there was at least 2, maybe 3 episodes where we had to go to Video Memories because they were the only people that had it. Off the top of my head, 3,000 Miles to Graceland was the only one that I remember, but I feel like going down there 2 or 3 times happened because it didn't exist, and I called over there, and they're like, yeah, we got that one. And then the lady was like, "Why keep weird tabs on this? Why are you watching? This hasn't been rented in 8 years." And I'm like, podcast. She's like, "Oh yeah, well, come on down."
Oh man, we would probably be like,
she wanted to know what you were doing with it. She's like,
yeah,
hell yeah.
Oh man, I miss that place so much because you couldn't. Also, that ended in about a 45-minute conversation when I was there.
Right.
Because they're movie people. They're not doing that for money. They're like, I can still pay rent, but I'm doing what I love, which is sitting around inside of movies.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got to keep going, Sam.
Ross Hagen.
Ross
motherfucking Hagen.
No idea who he is.
Well, one of my
what are you
favorite
talking
jobs.
about?
Go ahead.
How do you know? Well, what? He's the guy.
What guy?
The cowboy guy that when he's like,
oh, he's Drago.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't recognize Ross Hagen?
No, I don't know who Ross Hagen is.
That's who Ross Hagen is.
Okay. It looks like Michael Shannon.
Handsome cowboy voice guy, does race car movies. Around this time is when he was going hard into his own productions. I believe he's the producer of this, and I think he got credited as a writer as well. But right at this time, he's sort of, as I mentioned before, Hagen's kicking over and doing work with Fred Olin Ray. He's also shooting his own picture, Born, with the acronym B.O.R. and all that. Or Merchants of Death, depending on where you can find it.
Okay.
And then he's also kicking around with Rick Sloan, who's, of course, the Vice Academy guy.
Rick Sloan.
So there's a lot of B-movie shit happening here. And I think they were trying to get something going in Texas, in Waco, in around the wrong time
to
get
great
something going in Waco because right after this.
Some weird shit. Weird shit happening in Waco.
Yeah.
We all know.
What could have been in bad movies, right? Yeah. What could have been?
If only a bunch of children hadn't died.
Marked for Death was the Rick Sloan picture. Alienator was the Fred Olin Ray picture that he was working on. He would grind behind the camera until about 93, and then he just did acting. I think most people now would know him, not from his screen so much as the video game, because he is Landon Ricketts from Red Dead Redemption.
Landon Ricketts. Okay, I is he just in Red Dead 1? Not
Yeah.
Red Dead. Okay, I
think he
couldn't
died.
get in behind. I couldn't get behind Red Dead 1. I'm sorry. Sorry, everybody. I'm a huge Red Dead 2 man. Huge. Game's amazing. But I don't know.
I didn't
who that
like
character
either
is.
one of them.
You're a sack of shit. I don't. But my point is I don't know who that character is.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, I suck.
Did you guys recognize Gregory Scott Cummings, the lead actor, the FBI jacket guy?
Didn't.
Isn't he Sarah Connor's? Isn't he the guy from the future from Sarah Connor, the Terminator movie?
Yeah, and Alien. What's that guy's name? He's like Alex Winter. Like you always have to go, oh, God. Alex Winter. Fucking John Connor's dad. Jesus. What's that actor's
in the first
name?
Terminator movie when he comes back and he's
Michael
trying to
Biehn?
save...
Michael Biehn. Thank you. Yeah,
he's
got
not Michael Biehn at all.
He's got Michael Bihn's hair, and Michael Biehn actually just had Mark Hamill's hair. So...
Not even close.
Yeah, dude, they've got the same exact hair. I'm with Jackie. The whole time I'm like, this guy's shitty Michael Biehn.
Okay, you guys will probably recognize him because he's Luther McDonald in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Mac's dad.
McDonald. Oh, he's Mac's dad? No shit.
Yeah.
That guy's
Wow.
a fucking piece of crap. Mac's
Yeah,
dad is
and
a
then-
real bad guy. But Mac loves him so much.
And then for those who are a fan of the seminal detective work of Hieronymus Bosch, he's Crate in the Bosch series as well.
Okay, man.
He's
working
done
man.
stuff the
Yeah.
whole time, but
Good
early
for
in his
him.
career, he was failing B-movie action guy.
Yeah, cool. That's a hell of a story.
Yeah. Barry Murphy with an I is the gal in this.
Yep.
She looked super familiar, but I haven't seen any of the other shit she was in.
I figured it out.
She was in Saved by the Bell.
No, she was not in Saved by the Bell. That's God damn it. What's her name?
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Thank you. Way hotter. And I'm not putting shade on what's her name? Babs Murphy.
Barry Murphy.
Barry Murphy. I think she's hot as hell too. But dude, seriously, Tiffany Amber Thiessen. God, come on, man. We figured it out midway through the podcast or the watching this. She bears an uncanny resemblance to if Cameron Diaz had a dark haired wig.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I don't see it, but whatever.
You would next time you watch this movie, which I guarantee you're going to do again.
Apparently, during the filming of this movie, John Stewart, either John Stewart or Ross Hagen's wife, no one knows exactly who, was just appalled that she wouldn't wear a bra. She's like, you need to put a bra on her. And they're like, okay, yeah, we'll get her to wear a bra. You need to go get us some snacks or something. Don't listen to my wife.
Why is your wife on set?
Happened. Because this is so ultra budget that she's probably like wrangling.
Just came
and
on
property manager, right? I didn't even see that credit on. There wasn't a property manager credit. The explosions in this film are amazing. There was one guy on pyrotechnics.
Wow. Yeah.
Here's another fun credit. You know who the master Foley was? David DeCoteau.
David DeCoteau. Wow.
1313?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he was the Foley.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
She just comes on set and starts bitching about this lady's cans swishing around.
Yep.
That hussy. Put some. Don't you have any modesty, lady? This is fucking Texas. It's hot out. We're working on a budget movie. No.
Also, this is the selling point of this picture.
My tits are in the movie twice. Why do you care?
It's just funny because in today's modern society, we're always like, those bastards have defiled her, taking advantage. And this is an opposite where it's like, please show less of them. And she's like,
no,
not going to happen.
A, have you seen them? B, it's Texas. I'm good.
And then, of course, we get cameos from Cameron Mitchell. Hoke Howell actually gets a pretty good part. He's the pissed off cowboy that yells, I'll see you in hell, when he crashes the car into the semi-trailer at the end. Mm-hmm. And then William Smith, And I feel like William Smith is basically just showing up every once in a while because they're like co-opting a plane or some sort of travel, because in the 5 movies that I mentioned that are all happening right around this same time, like each person is in 4 of them, kind of a thing. Like the players are mingled hard, and some of them are having to go back to LA periodically during this time period where these 3 pictures are being shot. And they're in the end, when they're doing the outtakes, because they had so much fun making this movie, that's when you know they have a good time, is when they can't leave fucking anything on the cutting room floor. That you have William Smith just ribbing Ross Hagen for no apparent reason. And you're like, okay, these guys are buds.
Yeah. Seemed fun. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Save some for next time you do one of these guys' movies, Sam. All right. So, as Jackie said, this movie starts out with, well, bitchin' Camaro. Not
It has
bitchin' Camaro,
boobs for
bitchin'
tail
Corvette.
lights. Boobs for tail lights.
This Corvette is... I mean, I'm sorry, Corvette Summer. I think this Corvette, other than the blower kind of sucks, but the paint and the bullshit that's all around it. This is the Stingray that had the pipes along the side. When you got hot, flaming mufflers running below your door that if you touch with you're wearing shorts and your skin is going to come off because you got out of your car, that's a badass car.
So apparently the supercharger and the wheelie bar are functional on this. This car was found in Waco at a gas station when they were doing pre-production. Like, can you put this in our movie? The car was in 20 competitions and won 38 awards in those competitions for cosmetics and for speed. Allegedly 1,200 horse if you put the NOS in.
Oh my God. Yeah, you gotta have a wheelie
pre-NOS.
bar. You gotta have a wheelie bar for 700. That thing is bananas.
Even if it was just 700, I'm like, well, that's what they run in NASCAR. That's hot.
Yeah, that is a fucking smoke show Corvette. I love this car. You can't see out of it, god damn it, because you got a fucking blower right in the way. You're gonna crash it. You can't drive this car.
No.
But he does. He's drinking beer, our guy Billy Ray. He's drinking beer with Carmen, his girlfriend, and driving down the road, and he's like, yeah, watch this. And he cranks the NOS, and she's like, oh, what's that do? Oh my God, my shirt came off. We were going so fast.
It kills us both when we lose traction and slide sideways into a telephone pole.
Straight into a tree.
Yeah.
This is the instant tree collision button.
Without slicks and 10 years worth of rubber built up on the drag strip, these tires will not connect to the ground when you turn that shit on.
How are we going to hit a tree? We're in the desert in Texas. Honey, this thing's going to go so fast, we're going to go straight to the redwoods in California.
Yeah.
I want it. I'm like the midlife, like when you get midlifing, you can have 2 erections. One that doesn't have a physical thing, but it's the same feeling, like, oh yeah, oh God. You see something this midlifey.
Oh, God, the Stingray 3 is the pinnacle of midlife. And
I want it.
If you've done a midlife crisis and you're like, man, I really did a good job with this midlife crisis, you see that car, you're like, oh, I fucked it up. I fucked it up so bad.
Yep. I've got 2 convertible BMW Z3s currently, and I'm like, the shame. The shame. Can't look at myself in the mirror anymore. Gotta get a Corvette. Okay, so they get to his house. I guess it's his house, whatever. And what ensues is much butt grabbing. Her cans come out, and they start humping on this couch. And I only bring up the humping on the couch because I think all 3 of us probably at one point had this couch or were related to someone who had this couch. And it is not the type of couch you want to have sex on.
No.
Like, you don't even want to have bare skin on those couches. The fabric on those was like sandpaper.
I actually, at one point in my life, when I'm living in my own apartment, I've brought a lady home. It's going well. And in the middle of it, she's like, why are we having sex on the couch? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
I guess I didn't
Got
have
no idea why we're
roadmap
doing
or-
this.
I didn't put this in a PowerPoint before we started doing it, but yeah. But hey, at least you had a comfy couch. This one's like not good.
Oh
to
no,
screw
it's
off.
one of those incliners with the bars. You shouldn't have sex on one of those
that's
either.
even worse. Yeah, that's a bad place. That's a bad place.
Mhm.
Anyways, intruders. These two dudes come in. They take Billy Ray. And,
They knock the door off of the hinges. I mean,
Yeah.
the door just falls in.
these are
That's
tough
how
guys.
tough these dudes are.
Real tough guys. They stuff Billy Ray in the trunk of their car, and Carmen gets punched in the face, and then she jumps into her 914 Porsche and chases after them. But they just go straight to a chopper. Like, they've just got a chopper right over there.
And I was gonna originally just like early on, I'm like, okay, that's just some stock shots and they'll shoot inside of a parked helicopter. But no, they are doing this stunt, and boy, are they doing it.
Yeah, they so here's what's going on. At some point, Billy Ray got involved with some stuff that didn't belong to him, and it belonged to these guys' boss. We'll talk about their boss when he comes into this, but they're shaking him down for where's the stuff that you stole. And so to, I guess, scare him or like, whoa, shit, catch him quick, they dangle his ass out the side of this fucking helicopter as not over the ground like Sam says. They fly his ass across town by 1 foot
Down Main Street.
yeah
I have to analyze this stunt a little bit. You could see that there was a possible tether point that had a rig going from his ankle up to his waist, but there was definitely a tether point where they had strapped his waist around the landing rail of the helicopter, which means if they had to land, and this is just me looking at it at the time on screen going, how do they land? Because they would have to basically grab his hands and pull him up and land the helicopter while he's still attached to the landing rail.
Or, as I stopped this and talked to Jackie about it, because the stunt itself, what you see on camera that you're bringing up, Sam, is the point. The stuff off camera, I think, is the more dangerous stuff. Because, yes, he's got a safety harness that he's attached to this chopper at the waist. He's secured. But I think in order to get him in the chopper, they have to disconnect the harness off of the skid completely, which means that there is a moment where he is in the air and is not attached to anything. Like, he's fully relying on those two men to pull him into the chopper.
The safety harness doesn't seem all that safe is the bottom line here.
Yeah, no, this is a dangerous fucking stunt.
Yeah.
And thank you for doing it. Thank you for risking your life for our entertainment. Hashtag add stunts to the Oscars.
And, I'm going to say that when they're holding him there, one guy's holding him by the sock and the other guy's holding him by the tennis shoe tongue.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they were pretty relaxed holding this guy, and they're like, man, I hope that restraining thing works, because this guy's fucked if he loses it, because...
I gotta tell you, these shoelaces are the best I've ever seen, because, man, this shoe is stuck to this man, because that's all we're holding him on by. A shoe. Anyways.
LA Gears.
Yeah.
Snug.
Pump him up. Okay, so they fly him over town, and he gives them this location, like, it's in a locker, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, and so they drop his ass in the lake. Like, I guess we don't need you anymore, or he manages to free himself and falls in the lake, is what he implies later, but it seems like they just drop it.
They toss him, which is also a pretty bitchin' stunt.
Yeah, he falls a long way. A real dude falls a long way into a lake. And didn't do the dive in, not the foot dive in. He broke the water tension with one leg, and the other leg was raised high, which, as we've discussed before, I had a girlfriend in high school. She ripped her butt to her vagina by you can't go into the water in a sitting position. I guarantee that guy got hurt.
I'm going to just guess it was the director, because he's a stuntman and he probably is not going to make anybody else do that stunt.
Yeah, he's just
also his
Jackie
IMDb
Chan
picture
on the way down.
Is him in an unbuttoned Canadian tuxedo holding a guitar, and I just, in my heart, I'm like, this is the guy that did both of the falls, because the building fall, again, later, he doesn't just fall. He's tumbling in air and then regathering himself for the landing in both falls. And you're like, holy shit, this guy can fall.
Yeah. Still probably got his... I think he had a busted leg. Had to. You can't go in the water like that. Anyways. So the chopper's running out of gas. And so they land it. He swims out of the lake, gets in the 914. They land the chopper right in front of this old couple that have Mercedes. I believe that this is an SEL because we had the previous... I owned an SEL before this. And I think my parents owned the next gen after that. But anyways, I think it's an SEL, but on the back, it doesn't say SEL because they took the badges off of it, but it does say 6.9 on the back, which Mercedes nomenclature, that is a 6.9 liter V8 in this fucking car. That thing's got probably 500 foot-pounds of horse or torque in it. That is an insane car for this sequence.
And you see it ripping some rubber right off of it in two various points during this chase scene, because you originally are like, okay, that grocery getter is not going to catch a 914, but then all of a sudden it starts smoking the tires and you're like, okay, maybe that one can. Yeah,
that one definitely can. You're talking about a car that's got like, I think the 914s maybe had 105 horse. They were really the freaking 3-cylinder. It's either a 3 or 5. It's a weird one. And the 914s, air-cooled, no horsepower at all. Just a fun little brat.
If there's not
midget competitor.
If there's not a ton of bends, that thing's not getting away from anything.
No, but a 6.9 liter Mercedes V8, that thing was winning on Sunday, that motor.
Yeah.
So the problem is that now they don't have tires and they're driving on the back wheels through this whole thing because they shredded them. I would love to have, fuck, man. Oh, God. That'd be so cool. So they go chasing after this 914, and I guess he lied about the location or something. He's like, it's diamonds, baby. It's snow and ice. Let's go to Holland. He starts laying all these like weird coded messages to her about where he stashed these diamonds. But the car chase ends goes to a parking garage, through it while they're shooting at each other, back out onto the streets. She almost fucking falls out of the 914, which is weird.
This was also super dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, she's just hanging ass out, or whoever the stunt person is only kept in the car by holding onto the door and wedging their feet on the floorboard.
And still using their body strength to keep their ass from hitting the fucking ground.
Well, I was looking at that door, like, when they do the close-up right before they smash it off, and I was thinking, that thing doesn't look all that sturdy. And she was, like, probably inches from having road rash.
Totally.
And
but why did she fall out to begin with?
I don't know, like, dude, seriously, Porsche was that cheap that during that particular car that they were like, look, we don't really have to do door latch. Nobody's going to use this side of the car. This is for douchebags that only get on the driver's side. Nobody's going to want to sit in the passenger side of this thing.
It's a Targa. You don't even use the door. You go Dukes of Hazzard style into it.
Yeah.
maybe want to have a recall on that one, Porsche. But he pulls her back in, and they get up on the sidewalk. They're dodging pedestrians, and then in front of them is a pile of cars that are surrounding a school bus, and the high school cheer team and the footballers are in there.
It appears to be a very low-speed head-on collision between an RV and a school bus.
Okay, and then everybody in town's kind of just swerved around them. So there's only one way through it. They're going to have to jump.
He's like, we got to go airborne. And she's like, no, we don't, actually.
My 914.
And this is about the fourth time that I'm like, oh, man, Texas is great. Because people are just watching it, and people are just like having a nice time yelling at each other.
Right.
And be like, oh, that person is going to crash. This is awesome. And I'm like, I guess maybe this is just what Texas is like.
Yeah. So,
I also like that the police were there, but they didn't like have the kids get off the bus at all.
No, the kids are still just sitting there.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, fuck them. maybe Texas is the place for me too.
These kids are blowing it, man. You leave the high school football team alone with cheerleaders. Those guys should be all just making out all over the place. That's why you get them out so that they stop making out. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't know why you would stop. Whatever. Anyways, so they're like, we're going to have to jump. And so he guns it. There happens to be a ramp in front of it. I guess it's the tow truck. I don't know. Whatever. And he jumps it. And it is a bad call. It was a bad decision.
Yeah, I was so shocked at the end of this jump when they actually crash. And I was like, oh, I thought they were going to like, maybe do a little bump and then keep going, right? But no, this car eats shit and is destroyed.
It is shot in the way that every other successful car jump in any other movie, like it's in slow motion and they're going vroom, and then just nosedive right into another car.
It lands top first on a pile of other cars. Everyone is killed.
Oh, they're dead as shit. You can't do that. Are you kidding me? They are dead. It's a Targa. I mean, maybe they got shot to safety, like your idea, Sam. So seatbelts are gonna get me killed. I need to be shot out the roof of this Targa. Ejector seat.
And then the Mercedes is like, fuck it, we're going through, and they just barrel through the RV and blow it the fuck up.
That RV was filled with nitrogen.
Yeah.
So it goes up pretty good. And so they grab the couple. The Merc is fine. And they grab the couple and they speed away.
And the police just watch it happen. Well,
except for two. I mean, they're cops. They're top cops. 2 FBI agents are on their tail now. So they the Merc gets pulled over out in the woods someplace, just outside of town, I guess, is the woods. And they're like, tell us where the stuff's at. And he's like, oh, take it to my grave or whatever stuff he yells. And they're like, okay. And so they plug him full of lead, and it's kind of hilarious because he's like, motherfucker! Blah, blah, blah.
How shitty are these henchmen? I'm not going to tell you. Okay, we'll kill you. Yeah, what happens when they go back to their boss? We shot the fuck out of that guy. Did you do that after he told you where the diamonds were? Oh, no.
No.
We just shot him for being an asshole.
He said he wasn't gonna, so we shot him. Bunch.
But the diamonds.
Right on the side of the road, too. I mean, like...
Yeah, this was a real switch for me because I was expecting these two to be in, the entire movie together.
Yeah, you think Billy Ray's our guy.
And then they shoot his ass, and I'm like, oh, so wait a second, then who is this movie about? And then when it turns out to be her, I'm like, interesting twist. Ooh. I did not see that coming. There's a lot of things in this movie that I did not see coming.
Yeah, you just got Shyamalan, Jackie.
Yeah, I was like,
Shyamalan wishes he could do shit like this.
So another car pulls up and starts shooting at the guys in the Merc, and they're like, we got to get out of here. So they take off, and she runs away, and then she's tackled, but it's an FBI agent named Clay Osborne. Clay Osborne's our guy, Jackie.
John Connor.
I think she's right. I think Carmen is actually the point of view character of this movie.
Yeah, but she's like, oh, well, I just got rid of one man, Clay Osborne. Ooh. So they're like, okay, we got you. We're going to take you to a secure location. I don't want to go to a secure location, but you're going to have to, ma'am. You're the only lead we've got on. Wait, what are we doing on this investigation there, Panama? Fuck if I know. I just was looking at this bus accident. And I saw these cars speed by, and so I followed them instinctively. Miss, you got any clue what case we're on? Something about diamonds? Okay, all right. So we're going to take you to a secure location and find where the diamonds are. That's what we're doing. Because that's all we fucking know about.
We just go where the shooting's happening.
Yeah, right. Why do those guys want to kill you? Or grab you or nab you or whatever? I don't know. Well, maybe it's because you witnessed a murder. Well, later in the film, they have plenty of chances to kill me, but they don't. So, I'm confused. Okay, well, we'll just go with it. So the goons go to check out the secure locker where he told them it was at. And inside is a jockstrap that says, screw you, Frankie. And Frankie is Cameron Mitchell. the mob boss, I guess. And he's fucking amazing. Cameron Mitchell stinks so bad.
He's so awesome in this. Like, he just answers the phone, turns it on to 11. And then at the end of the scene, after he hangs up, just to grab a little bit more time, he's like, you fucked up my cigar. And then he just starts boob slapping him, going, yeah.
He slaps some titties.
Like, whoa. Whoa.
He also has the same telephone in his bathroom that my grandma had in hers. This like fancy gold and white, slender handled, old fashioned telephone like the madams would have.
Right.
I'm like, this guy knows what's going on. He's probably got some VO5 in there and he's going to wash his hair later.
Man, Cameron Mitchell. Like, I'm sorry, Jack Palance. You got to do this way more and it's not fair. Cameron Mitchell's my guy. He stinks. He stinks at being the bad guy. He stinks at everything. But he's just so fucking fun. He's just a loony.
If he's in it, you just know that there's going to be a good time, at least when he's on screen.
Yep. Damn it. Man, God, I could have gone for more of this guy. So she's taking a shower. Our girl, Carmen, she's taking a shower and she comes out. And she's like, oh, excuse me, boys. I just happen to be in my towel. And I'm going to open up the window so I can get dressed. They're like, don't open up the window. Why not? And a goon busts through the fucking window, dive tackles her. And they're like, shit. So they plug him full of fucking holes, which is like, nice plan, goon.
It was the worst plan ever. Also, in terms of how the movie works, I thought this was a delightful decision. Because she just washed the blood off of herself, and now she's covered in blood again.
She's covered in blood. After a man got plugged while kneeling over her. They're like, all right, get out of here. So they get back to their car, and the Merc is still there. These guys are still driving this fucking Mercedes around. So another car chase ensues, and it ends with them having to jump again over like a ditch. And this time it works. The FBI guys can jump a car, but not for the Mercedes. It just goes straight into the frickin' Waco River or whatever the Waco's version of the LA River is, and explodes.
This is
a canal.
Well, I mean, one.
He breaks and he falls in the canal.
Right.
Like a dipshit. Like, at that point, dude, you got nothing to lose.
Yeah, he didn't gun it like he was going to jump it the whole time. He just kind of went, oh, no!
Even if he did, the car weighs like 10,500 pounds.
Yeah, it's a school bus that has 500 horsepower in it.
My favorite part, though, is when he's dying in fire, he just lets off 4 more rounds into the air.
Yeah.
Like,
somewhere somebody was out doing their gardening and got hit with a fucking stray 38. I've been shot! Honey!
Shut up, Margaret. Nobody wants to hear your bitching again. It's just a bee sting.
Oh, I've been shot!
It's Waco, Texas in 1989. They just have a stray bullet ward at the hospital.
Again! Okay, so Frankie
have it on your calendar to block out at least 2 hours for the stray bullet ward.
Yeah. So Frankie calls in his heavyweight, and it's Drago. And Drago is a freaking character. He gets, as we said, he comes to the airport in a freaking stunt plane. Doesn't fly it, is unfortunate. The one mistake this movie makes is we don't get to see Frankie flying, or Drago flying in. But he comes out, and he meets up with Frankie's boys, Lucky and Hitch. And they're like, why are you dressed like that? And he's like, because I'm in Texas, you stupid son of a bitch.
Have you ever heard When in Rome? And they're like, no. And he's like, well, I'm in Texas, so I'm dressed like a fucking cowboy, dickhead.
You stupid bastard.
He's like, I got this Marlboro belt buckle for free from smoking so many packs of cigarettes. Fuck off. I am a gold Marlboro member.
2,000 points, baby. Bling, bling, bling. Like pewter. I got it on my belt buckle.
His voice sounds like he's able to earn one of those monthly.
Yeah, right. You boys want a belt buckle? Pewter says Marlboro. I can get you one next month.
Yeah. The best of his shit in this scene isn't even when he's like, yeah, or actually it might cut away, but it'd come back. But they're getting in the car and they're like, this one's hot. And he's like, so am I. And he just shoves him out of the way.
It's awesome. This guy. I'm driving. All right, so our boys, the G-men, they get to the airport, and they've once again missed their plane. This is the second time in this movie that Osborne has scheduled a flight to get out of Waco and showed up 30 minutes too late. Like, you have to get there before the plane leaves.
And
Osborne.
I love that he's yelling at the flight lady about getting on the flight and how he needs to get on the flight, that he has a reservation, and she's like, and he does all this shit and like screams in her face. And then finally she looks at him. She's like, that flight left 20 minutes ago.
Oh, God damn it. I did it again. Shit.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, do you have a telephone? I got to go call my boss and tell him I fucked up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Showed up too late for the plane. Yeah. Again. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know what you told me. Get there an hour before. If there's plenty of time, just get a seat. But I just can't. I just can't do it. I showed up to my plane 20 minutes late. I felt really stupid. I had to spend the night in SeaTac. But I felt so dumb. I was like, what the hell, dude? How could I not get to the airport on time? I am stupid, man. Okay, anyways. So Bill Smith, we get him in the movie. He's their boss, and he's sending guys down to meet them so that they can exchange Carmen and take her to the secure location. They're like, cool, we'll go up to wherever town they say. So they go to this lunch buffet because I guess they got time now. And she's picking out, she's having some sandwiches. Meanwhile, Drago and Hitch are there, and they have become best goddamn fucking friends. Like, these men belong together. These are lifers. BFFs.
She's also having way too much fun at this point.
She's having a good time.
She's like, oh, fuck it. This is way better than what I was going to do this weekend anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And just carrying on and yum, 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 yum.
Eating pickles, stealing other people's chips.
It's a lunch buffet where you can get club sandwiches, Sam. That sounds like I would have a good time, too.
Texas just keeps sounding better.
I don't know, man. No. There's fucking bullets falling out of the sky while you're doing gardening. I'm out. I'm not going to Texas. It's not happening.
All you can eat club sandwiches, one hand, stray bullets, another.
No, it's 6 and 1, half.
Chip and Joanna Gaines have already fixed up most of these houses.
Nope. I know what's coming. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad before. No. Okay, so she's easily nabbed. She's like walks up to the front door and Drago's there and he's like, hey, ma'am, let me show you the front door and straight into my car. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was pretty slick. He's like, let me get the door for you and shove you into a car.
Yeah. And they take off. Hitch, they stop someplace and Hitch gets out and starts poking her boobs with a gun. And she's like, oh, these are men. Well, I'm going to try to play them, as the movie puts it. Nobody falls for it. She can't play these guys. Drago punches her out. And then the cop shows up, or the FBI agents show up in the middle of where they just drove to where they're at. I don't know. Lead flies. She grabs the car keys to the Cuda that they're driving. And
is that what this is? Is a Barracuda?
Yeah, it's a Barracuda.
Okay.
A Barracuda. And and then she gets away with the FBI guys. So all's good and the bad guys are stuck.
And she stole the keys to the Barracuda.
Right. I don't know how these guys get unstuck, actually.
He hotwires it.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
He even asks, he's like, you want me to hotwire it? And then Ross Hagen's like, of fucking course, you stupid shithead. And then the other guy is like, you gotta take it easy on him, he's new. At which point another weird sort of work thing starts forming with those two where he's like, oh, you are just a shitty greenhorn. I'm gonna take you under my wing.
Yeah, right? These guys are just stuck in a bad situation. In a different world, we could have had one hell of an adventure together, boys.
Yeah.
So our agents and Carmen, they go to the Circle D Ranch, which Billy Ray talked about at some point. And he also mentioned something about the snow and ice we talked about. And they're like, okay, well, the diamonds are here, but we don't know anything. So they're wandering around. They got no clue where to look. And Carmen's like, oh, so you like being an FBI agent? To Osborne, he's like, it's a tough job, but someday you're going to retire and they'll give you a gold watch and blah, blah, blah. Dennis Hopper speech from Speed. And anyways, I like your cans. She's like, cool. It's funny you should mention, hey, look, there's a windmill right there.
Yeah.
We parked right goddamn next to you.
They are like, she's like, Holland and candy and chocolate. But if you go back to the first scene where he's talking about the windmill, he like looks at her and goes, windmill. And she's like, what? Windmill? And he's like, Holland, candy, chocolate, wooden shoes. And she remembers all that, but she doesn't remember windmill.
She's like, Pete Townsend?
Don Quixote? Is that ringing any bells, fellas?
Oh, come on. Can't run with my Pete. The windmill! Brr, brr, brr. Pete Townsend. Windmill. That's what I think of. We're going to a Who concert? Yay! Hope you're bringing earplugs.
Pete Townsend's windmill was big enough that Don Quixote would have attacked him.
Come, Sancho. You can take not Robert Plant. God damn it, what the fuck is his name? What was his name?
Roger
Daltrey, thank you.
Daltrey.
Roger Daltrey and Sancho Panza just go and have lunch together. They have some club sandwiches.
Entwistle just gives him the mean eye and everybody fucks off.
Oh, Entwistle doesn't stop playing the bass, man.
Just basses him right out of there.
Yeah, you guys can have your shenanigans. I got bass to play. This is a weird segue, and let's see if we can bring it back. She's like, oh, this windmill that we parked right next to, and I saw immediately after I got out of the car. Check that. So they go up. He goes up there, Osborne, finds the diamonds, and this is one of my biggest pet peeves in movies. I mean, it's fine. Because whatever, they're fake diamonds in the movie. But like in movies, whenever they pour the diamonds out of the bag, they always pour them into somebody's hand with nothing underneath. Like that person gets bumped and all the diamonds go flying onto the ground. You're going to be stuck there for hours trying to find those goddamn diamonds. You have to pour diamonds into something, not somebody's hands.
You don't. You just look in the fucking bag and you go, yep, they're in here. Oh, hey, person who's of questionable content of character. I barely know you. You don't wear a bra. I like that. Would you like a handful of diamonds? Don't drop any of these into the rattlesnakes underneath you that are just sitting there open mouth because we're in Texas in the middle of a fucking field. There's rattlesnakes everywhere.
Or like, oh, your braless cans are shaking all over the place and bonk some diamonds out of your hands into the rat. I mean, like, just look at the bag. Don't pour them out. Don't do it. How much are these diamonds worth? Jackie, you're a diamond gal. Dime bag, Dave.
Probably like $1 billion.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. This is 1989, Dr. Evil. There's not even $1 billion in the world.
800,000.
Okay, all right.
I'll take it.
800,000. $1 billion.
Well, I'm just basing this off of the diamond that I want, and it's $10,000.
Okay. But there's like, what, 30 diamonds?
Yeah.
Probably over 100.
100 diamonds? Okay, let's just give her a cool million. If she's got 10,000, if there's 100, that's a cool $1 million. So, look at the bag. Okay. So, where are we at? So the villains, they're driving along, and they're singing praises about moms. Villains!
This was weird. And it ends in them going, we know where we'd be without our moms. And Ross Hagen goes, not born. Yep. What?
Man, you said it all.
I also like that they're criminals so that they can give their moms the best possible care and life for the end of their lives. So they're doing it for their moms.
Yeah, if we just had better health care for the elderly, crime would cease to exist. That's why these guys are like Baltimore. There's just bodies buried everywhere in parks, and you got the guys stuffed in the barrels in Lake Tahoe, and you treat these elderly ladies a little bit nicer, and that all ceases to be. Cartel dries up. They're like, hey, we're good. Mom's got, she's staying down at the resort. Or whatever old people need. I don't know. She's got her medicine. Robot's not trying to come take it. Which is an obscure joke. Okay, so they drive right past them, and they're like, shit! So they chase the guys, but Osborn shoots out the tire of the Barracuda, and so they get a little distance, and they go to this place called the Melody Ranch Bar. Which is real.
It's a real bar. That's really what it's like. Apparently, to this day, it's about the same.
Yep.
Would you like to go to this bar, Jackie? You could name it Shit Kickers or something like that.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been to this bar.
No, you haven't.
In Colorado.
Okay.
They had a bar that was just like this. I swear to God, it had a great big dance floor. Mm-hmm. It had the corrals on the sides of the dance floor. There was seating off of either side of the stage, and then there was the giant bar that, wrapped around the entire thing. I've been to something like this, and it sucked for me because I was the weird-looking fat girl that nobody wanted to dance with, and I didn't have any cowboy clothes on, so I was not in Rome, and I looked weird, and people thought that I was weird, and so I just kind of sat there while all my friends danced. It's sad.
Why? What was it called?
Shit Kickers.
Shit Kickers. God damn it.
Like literally, I think it was called Shit Kickers.
There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
And it had like little boots that would light up.
Punting shit. I don't think it was
Shit
called
Kickers.
Shit Kickers. Yeah. Okay. I heard about a new bar. It's this isn't a joke. It was on the news. I just want to bring it up because I thought it was clever. It's not an LGBTQ bar. It's strictly for lesbians. It's a lesbian bar, I guess that's what you call it. And it's called the Let's Go to the Bra. Instead of bar.
That's the name of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, BRA.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just BRA, not the full name is Let's Go to the Bra.
No, Let's Go to the Bra.
Yeah, it's Let's Go to the Bra.
And
instead
then
of bar. Because it's a lesbian bar. I thought it was clever. Eat shit, Sam. You suck, man. Shit Kickers.
I'd rather go to Shit Kickers any day of the week.
Well, yeah, you're not a lesbian. The record scratches when you goes into the lesbian bar, which is what happens to Panama here. Our man Panama, he's a brother. He walks into this place, record scratches. Everybody starts looking at him, and he's like, "Hey, you know what? This isn't worth it. Diamonds, fuck it. I'm out of here. I know what happens to guys that look like me in this bar. There's a tree outside. I'm out."
So apparently in one of the scenes, he says something about like, fuck Texas or, well, not Texas again.
Right.
That Allegedly in Texas, they wouldn't buy videos of this movie because a black person is making fun of Texas.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck right off.
However, it gets a theatric release in the Philippines.
Ah, right. Okay, that checks out. No, fuck Texas. Sorry, all our fans in Texas. We don't have any fans in Texas. We've got fans in California and Delaware or something. So Drago, his crew goes there, and because they just like are driving along, and they're like, oh, we'll park here. Oh, hey, shit. So they make this big production about how you guys aren't dressed as Texans. And, like, one of them's wearing a denim jacket, the other one's wearing a members only. Like, no, you guys are good. You can walk right into this bar. You're fine.
Yeah. There's also our man Panama's getting some shade tossed at him by a guy wearing a pink sleeveless shirt.
This man should be at a different bar, maybe owned by the same people that own the Let's Go to the Bra.
The Blue Oyster Bar.
The Locker Club.
And his hat is too small.
The Toolbox. What was the one that was in Boise?
The Locker Room.
Oh, it was the Locker Room. Yeah. The Tell-All. The Stonewall, which isn't a clever name, but that was an actual...
The Hole in the Wall.
The Hole in the Wall? I don't know if that's not a clever double entendre of gay stuff, Jackie.
Yes, it is. If we go back to that episode that I told that joke about razor blade pussies.
Oh.
Nothing to do with being gay because they don't have sex with pussies.
Well, we could change the ending to be like razor blade buttholes.
God damn it. Jesus Christ.
See? My jokes work in all communities.
So this bar would be the Inglorious Hole.
The Inglorious Hole. There you go. Now we're talking. It's got to be clever. Okay. Yeah. So he's getting hassled by clearly a very gay man. And Carmen, she is lost. She's like, oh, she's not in the bathroom. I don't know where she is. I
have a theory. She's been on the road for 2 days, hotels. She's been able to shower. Mm-hmm. She seems to enjoy snacks. She always gets something to eat. She's taking a huge deuce. Yeah. Except for she's not, because she's not in the bathroom. Because Osborne is like, can't find her in there. He instead hears moaning in the men's room, and he goes in there, and like, there's some people enjoying each other's time. That's the men's room. He won't go into the ladies' room because he's too goody two shoes or whatever. So we never find out if she's in there. I'm sure she's in there just taking a giant deuce. Okay. Well, he's like, oh my God, my partner's about to get fucking put up into a tree in the bad way instead of the good way. Don't know what the good way is, but bad way's coming. So he starts a fucking bar fight, and everybody's just like ready to go in this place. Like, somebody say bar fight? Let's do it. Let's do it. I fucking hate you to people that they're dancing with. Like, dance partners are smashing beer bottles on each other's heads. There's one guy who looks at his watch and he's like, 9:35. This is 25 minutes early, but I'm down. And Osborne gets nabbed by the bad guys. And Panama is getting chucked through fucking wall after wall after wall. Just thrown through walls. Guy is a guy who gets thrown through walls. I don't have a... Going through walls, yeah. And all he wanted was a peppermint schnapps. Right? This tough guy, he's talking like peppermint schnapps. Let me try that. Tastes like shit. Okay. It's peppermint schnapps. And he does it in like this tough guy way, like, look at me, I can down all of your peppermint schnapps. Okay. Whoa. You know, what do you think about me drinking your peppermint schnapps? Look, I only ordered it because it's the cheapest shot at the bar, man. And then my only thought was, why did it come out red? Do you have bleeding gum disease, sir? Oh, no. He ordered a peppermint schnapps and was like, wait, maybe a cinnamon schnapps. So it was a cinnamon schnapps, actually.
You know what? This stuff's
which is
pretty
just
good.
Fireball, right?
Yeah. Jackie's favorite. I think I'm going
It
to have
grows
another
on
one
you.
of those.
I don't know why, but I'm like, Fireball, fuck it, yeah.
Can we get 2 more of those, actually?
Yeah. How much are these? Oh, shit. Round for everybody.
We're getting fucked up. Fireball. Okay, so Cameron is now on stage. Like the lead singer, the Jeff Healey of this band, looks over and there's a lady just there singing now his song, and he's like, whatever. She ain't got a bra on.
Does she sing the fight away? Is that what happens here?
I think so. Like, she's so good that they start clapping. Like, the whole bar is enthralled with her. Like, yay, you're the best. Here's a record contract. And her in Panama, they just fucking leave. They're like, hey, they got Clay. Well, let's get out of here. He'll be all right as long as you have me. As long as I'm kidnapped by you, he'll be safe being kidnapped by them.
What are they going to beat out of him anyway?
What are they going to beat out of him? They don't know that he's got the diamonds. Does he have the diamonds? Who's got the diamonds right now?
He has the diamonds on him. They don't beat that out of him. They just beat him, and they never look in on his person for any of the things that he has.
Grab his
the
gun.
Diamonds.
Hey, there's diamonds right next to his holster, which is revealed later in the movie. So this whole time, he's got his gun still on him because they don't find the diamonds. Fucking idiots. He's an idiot for not shooting them because he's got his gun.
What's in that bag next to his gun that you took off of him? Oh, probably extra bullets. Did you look in there? No, it's just a gun bag. Why would you look in there?
I'd spill those bullets all over the ground, right into the rattlesnakes. You don't do that with bags of stuff.
You don't do that.
Unless it's diamonds. So they break down, and they start walking, and they find some Mexicans, and he's like, hey, I'm FBI. Oh, it's La Migra. I like the La Migra joke every time. I don't think it's racist. I just think it's stop being mean to Mexicans, the joke, I think. Whatever. So he convinces 2 of them to let him steal their truck. And I think that there's a joke there, but it's the 2 guys are speaking not Mexican-American Mexican. I can't tell what they're saying.
No.
I think they like her boobs or something.
Something.
So they stop at a convenience store. And, guess who pulls up? Fucking Hitch over here. He needs some goddamn, another reload of Jack Links, you know. Been on the road for a long time.
Gas, because that Barracuda gets 4 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, fill her up. So they find this guy, and they're like, fill it up. It literally says on the sign, self-serve only. This is Texas, not Oregon or the other crazy state, which I think might be Vermont, that has self-serve or not self-serve.
Full service.
Yeah.
Must have service. Oregon did away with that, didn't it?
For the most part. But
okay.
Yeah. Barry's still pumping, or Bernie's still pumping gas, I think, in Vermont. If it's Vermont. I don't know. It could be Connecticut. And who knows what goes on in Connecticut. When was the last time you even talked about Connecticut?
Tax shield. Very favorable. Most of the ESPN employees. Actually, ESPN's in Hartford, Connecticut now, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I never hear shit about Connecticut. Anyways, so they find this guy who's sitting in a chair, and they're like, fill it up. And he's like, okay, will do. I'll also do all this other stuff in this very deep Southern accent, hillbilly style. My job is to do all this stuff, yet the sign says self-serve only, not self-serve optionally. We have a guy if you can't do it yourself. It says self-serve only.
Yeah. And meanwhile, they're shaking him down, and he's boomhowering out. And he's tasting their oil, and he's like, tastes like chocolate. And so then they're like, put in 30 weight, and we don't have any 30. Okay, put in 40. We don't have any 40 either. So it's not getting any oil, I guess.
Yeah. The only thing we've got in this store is 070 for big rigs.
Yeah.
Little pussies.
And jerky.
Jerky and Funyuns and Mountain Dew and piss bottles for real goddamn Americans like truckers. Not this little pussy barracuda piss ant shit. Fucking, you want to be a real man? Get a goddamn Challenger. And a little Plymouth. It's the same car. God damn it! Don't tell me what the. So Panama comes out, and they're like, "Oh shit, there he is!" And so the car chases begin again. Another car chase. This one is insane.
This is batshit crazy.
Like, so they're spinning around, and now they're in traffic. They're like in some shithole town along the way, and there is so much insanity. There's these dudes and this lady. I guess it's Miller time in the front yard.
Yeah.
All right, it's Thursday at about 2:00. It's Miller time. Everybody's down in beers. And this fucking station wagon spins out of control, almost tacos them, goes through their house, and the dude's like, "Hey, sorry about your house and your Miller time." It drives
and
away.
Then it fucking blows up.
And then the house blows up after he pulls away.
Chip and Joanna can't fix that one. It's blown up.
But it's okay, gentlemen, because all of the beer was in the cooler that they were gathered around. So
their Miller Time's still happening, Jackie. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's not the best Miller Time that they've ever had. Damn it! What are we gonna do after Miller Time? I guess rebuild your house, Jeff.
Yeah. Also, when he gets run off the road, he's just like floor it through a house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's only one way you're getting through.
And then this other car skids off and hits like a gas barrel that's laid sideways and blows up an entire gas station.
This is an alarmingly large explosion for a budget film.
This is Beastmaster levels of, wow, that's too big.
It was huge.
Not
there
safe.
was like 10 tires on fire flying out of this explosion.
Yeah. Not safe.
Yeah, when I saw the first one and I was like, "Oh, Justin, look at that tire." And then they just kept blowing into the air like leaves. And it was like, there must have been like 10 or 15 tires that were just kind of like, and now it's my turn to float up to the top of the fire and dash out somewhere.
Shit, Chad.
It's hot because tires are being floated into the air from the heat of the explosion.
They weigh like 40 pounds each. Tires. They are not light. This is too big. People might have got hurt. Houses burned down because of tires that are burning land on top of them. Jesus Christ, guys. How much dynamite did you use on that explosion? The last of it? Fuck. Okay. All right, so Drago, he falls out of the car somehow. He's shooting at him and like...
Oh, he's sitting on the window, shooting over the hood or shooting over the roof of the car, and they bump into the other car, or the white car bumps into their car, and it throws him out the window because he's not holding on very well, which was super funny. It's like, you don't expect it to happen because, like, you know, he's a macho man. Right. He's sitting there shooting at them, and then he's like, "Oh, shit!" And he falls out the window, rolls down the embankment. It was pretty funny.
And then Panama, he gets shot in the chest, so he's not doing well. Osborne, he's in the back of the CUDA still, and he punches Lucky onto the trunk, and they fight over the gun, and it goes off and it shoots Hitch in the chest as well.
Yes. Meanwhile, she's had to take over driving, and she's doing way better than anybody else has so far.
That's true. So Lucky, he's tossed over the side into the embankment, and then Osborne is by himself, so he jumps onto the truck that they've got from the Mexican guys into the bed, and then they drive the truck under a semi.
Yes.
All Fast and Furious. cutting off the top and all of their heads, all Janie Mansfield, R.I.P. And then Lucky, no, it's Hitch. The CUDA's just out of control, and it just kind of like jumps into the semi that is exploded.
So the truck, if this trailer is tall enough to only take the top of that F-100's roof off, he would ordinarily, under normal control, just be able to drive right under it. But rather than just drive underneath it, he somehow gets squirrely and flies into it, recognizing his own demise is on the way, screams, "I'll see you in hell!"
So they get Panama to the hospital. He's going to be okay. But he, like, this whole thing, the whole movie, they've been like, so why did you call Panama? Don't worry about it. So he's bleeding. Sedation's taking in. He's like, so I'm Panama because my parents are really bad at geography.
It was a weird story that I couldn't even really piece together when it was happening. He's like, I'm from, was he from Long Island or something?
No, Newark, New Jersey.
He's like, they called me Panama because that's far away.
No, it was the farthest place that they could think of away from New Jersey. It's the same goddamn continent. That's the farthest you guys can think of? You suck at geography.
I just think that they were listening to too much Van Halen.
Yeah, of course, man. All right, it's a great nickname. You can call me Panama. Yeah. I'll go for it. But the reason's dumb. Did your parents graduate high school? No. Okay, so, that's why they're in New Jersey. Oh, got it. Okay, so Osborne, he goes to this bridge to pout. He's like, this all sucks and I hate it and I'm going to get that gold watch. And she's like, well, the one thing you got out of this whole thing was a lady who kind of thinks you're studly. He's like, I can't do you right now. Good night.
He's like, I don't want to say good night. He's
but
first off, he's just standing there.
But I have to.
He's just standing in there in the dark, smoking like Nightman for no reason.
Right.
And then she comes up and she's like, do you want to bone me yet? And he's like, no, I'm too stupid for that.
I don't want to go to bed, but I have to. Your buddy's in the hospital.
Sleeps again.
Yeah, no shit. You got, okay, so here's the deal. We think all the bad guys are dead. We're good. Your buddy's in the hospital. You talked to the doctor. They said he's stabilized. You got a holster full of diamonds. Let's go fuck. I can't. I have to get up early.
And I will fail to do that.
I won't do it.
He was awake, guys. He was in the lobby making a phone call.
I know, but why won't he bone her, Jackie? It doesn't make any sense.
He is an older gentleman. It could be the dreaded ED.
Yeah, he's not ready.
Or why did he not check on her before he went to the lobby? He was like, oh, let me just make sure Ross Hagen hasn't kidnapped you immediately again.
She wakes up to an alarm and rolls over, and Drago is in her bed staring at her.
Not weird.
Not weird. I watched you sleep.
What do you think she's thinking, Jackie?
Well, here's another wiener for me.
Oh, really? Okay, that's how she rolls.
No, she's probably like, I thought it smelled a little like denture cream.
15 packs of Marlboros.
15 packs of Marlboros and some denture cream.
Funyuns and Jack Links for being on the road. He's not denture cream. He's not an old man. Jesus, come on. Denture cream. Anyways, so Clay sees him in the elevator, and he follows them to the basement and out onto the streets. Lead flies everywhere, and then they run into a high-rise to the top floor upstairs, which is pretty impressive. These people are in good shape. They don't take the elevator. But Hitch gets the drop on him. And so he's like, where are them diamonds? And it's revealed that he's got the fucking diamonds right next to his goddamn fucking holster.
And they're like, oh, God, we could have saved so much time.
Yeah. Time to die, Buster. And so they go to shoot him, but Hitch is out of bullets. And so Osborne punches him through a window, falls to his death.
The stuntman does like 5 in-air turns on the way down.
Yeah.
That's a bag fall. That's a lot of tumbling for a bag fall.
It's still too high for even a bag fall. I say chuck a dummy. Throw a dummy out. It's fine. We get it. It's 1989. Throw a dummy.
This movie isn't the same without these 2 falls. So
No, it's fucking crazy. These guys are crazy assholes. They told us it was Action USA, Sam. They didn't say a bit of action. They said, no, this is action of the United States of goddamn fucking America, Sam.
Yeah.
That's what the official title of this movie is called. This ain't fucking Canada. Action Canada.
No, that would have been somebody's tuxedo being ruined.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of that.
Oh no, there's bleach in the washing machine now. Don't you know? Hey, Mom, my tuxedo. Mom, hey.
Sure, Canadian's Irish. It's weird.
I don't know how to speak Canadian.
Sorry. It's just sorry. That's the only word that they have up there is sorry. Okay, so he's dead. Him and Drago, they start fighting, and Osborne, he gets his butt whipped pretty good.
Yes.
But then Carmen bonks Drago with a wood stick.
It's a 2x4 with nails in it. It's very unpleasant.
They just leave. They're like, he's ouched.
Well, he left because he was like, shit, I didn't have my tetanus shot, and this is going to get real bad real quick. I got to get to the urgent care.
Yeah. Diamonds, tetanus.
I heard tetanus is pretty awful.
Do you die from tetanus?
It is. He's also super pissed at how fast the stray bullet line is moving and how nobody else seeks other medical attention in Waco.
So they pull over. They've got some new truck. I don't know where this truck came from, but whatever. And they see Bill Smith and his guys. They're on the other side of the bridge, ready to make the exchange. And he's like, you stay here where it's nice and safe. I'm going to steal this kid's dirt bike. And,
so does he beat these kids up and take their fucking bike?
Hey, give me your bike, kid. I'm FBI. Mister, no.
You guys are fucking around anyway, because they're just sort of riding in circles in the grass. It's pretty dumb.
It's not a dirt bike. You got to go up mountains and like heel click and stuff. Dipshits. FBI.
Give me that bicycle.
You're just going to die in a couple years at fucking Mount Carmel anyways, you little shitheads. Bye, my friends.
Just the ATF, right? The ATF fucked that one up.
Well, no, I mean, the ATF, the ATF fucked that up, but the FBI didn't really do a great job of
they all
not
fucked up.
Unfucking it up. Yeah.
Was really not good.
They burned it down. They killed the kids. Okay, so, Carmen, he rides up on the dirt bike and he's like, hey, what's up? And Bill Smith is like, give me the diamonds. I'm dirty. And Carmen's like, hey, I can see that he's dirty from here. That he just said that.
It was the whole smell my finger joke.
Huh?
He's like, smell my finger. Does it smell like a butthole? Ha 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 ha. I just stuck this on my ass crack before I put it in your face. She was like, yeah, he's a dirty man.
It's so stupid, Jackie.
No, that's how it went down.
Man, your finger smells like shit. Yeah, it does. Now give me diamonds.
It would have been a perfect ending to this movie.
Well, I mean, you gave me the stink palm. I guess I have to. Yeah, you won. Here's the diamonds. Boy, I wish I'd led with the stink palm. Damn it. I'm always getting stink palm, but I never do it to anybody. It's really...
I can't stop laughing about it.
Anyways, here's your diamonds. Well played, sir. You're so weird.
Okay.
So, Carmen sees him being dirty, and she's building a fucking Molotov cocktail out of gasoline, not actually vodka. And they've got Panama. He's wired up to a car bomb, I guess. Sitting in a car that's wired to a bomb. So he's wired to a car bomb. And Carmen, she drives up, she chucks the freaking Molotov, and then a bunch of weird shit happens.
Yes.
Bunch of really strange things ensue.
Doesn't William Smith just hauls off and shoots Ross Hagen for apparently no reason right here?
Yeah, but Ross Hagen's shooting his men. Everybody's shooting each other. Like, guys are jumping off the bridge on fire.
People catch on fire a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's just weird sequence that happens that ends with Drago getting shot off a motorcycle and everybody dead but Bill Smith. But Osborn shoots Bill Smith, and the fucking detonator was a dead man switch. Should have said something, Bill Smith. He wouldn't have got shot.
It wasn't. He shot him once, and Will Smith's like, that's not enough to kill me. So then he blows his buddy up. Like, fuck you.
Oh, I thought it was a dead man switch.
He reaches up and clicks the button.
Okay. Anyways, blows up Panama.
Yeah.
He's like, no. But it just turns out that Panama just was like, oh, hey, the door's unlocked. He just got out of the car.
This could have been, so my two missed opportunities for weirdness in this movie would be watching him tumble slowly to safety.
Uh-huh.
And the other sequence would have been Hitch and Ross Hagen going to lunch in between when they fall out of the car chase and then they kidnap her.
Right.
Where they're just like, oh, that sucked pretty bad. What do you think, bacon cheeseburger?
Right. So, yay, everything's wrapped up. And Osborn managed to save a few diamonds because I guess Drago grabbed the rest and then went into the drink.
But, so they're dirty cops then.
Yes, they are dirty cops. Sam.
So they killed the guy for trying to be a dirty cop, and they're like, he had the right idea.
Right. Exactly.
Also, I was skimming this whole time. He just doesn't want to let him in on the cut. He's already skimmed.
Uh-huh.
Bad, dirty cops.
But hey, they've got St. Thomas coming, Sam. It's, I've always wanted to go there, they said. How else are we going to have a lavish lifestyle to live? The three of us together, if we don't have a handful of diamonds, it's not worth $1 billion, but hey, we'll do okay in St. Thomas.
You'll do all right, dirty cops.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, our hero has done nothing wrong. She's really just saved dirty cops.
Mm-hmm. I love dirty guys. Different world, I would have gone for that stink palm guy, but I'm with you, Clay Osborn.
Why?
He's not an attractive man. I don't know.
He's available.
Yeah.
Is he action-packed? He's probably better looking than her last boyfriend.
Billy Ray wasn't a hunk of man either, but
no, and he kissed weird.
I mean, she could do better.
She could do better.
Especially
hot. Now that, like, it's just going to lead me. It's not really a first question. It's just an observation. Jackie, she's the hero, right?
Yeah.
Because she
in a weird
defeats Ross Hagen
way.
in the fight with the 2x4. She's the only competent driver in any of the action sequences. And at the end, if she doesn't Molotov cocktail the shit out of it, she kills 3/4 of the bad guys with the Molotov cocktail.
It's true.
The rest sort of just fans out around that. Like, she does all of the heavy lifting in this picture.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she does a sweet fucking J-turn at the end of it. In a fucking Ford truck.
Yeah.
That's not easy. Yeah. No, she's cool. And you know what I really like about Carmen? I mean, dude, I know that this is like my generation, but there's some things that I just can't get away from that I just think look hot. The big hair, I'm ready for big hair to be thing again. Like I've always liked the big hair. I want the big hair to come back. But what is that? It's a onesie where she's got the
sweater dress.
Yeah, the sweater dress. Oh my God, I love the sweater dress. But not just a sweater dress. You got to have that big, huge belt around it too. And the tall boots, that is a hot look. I don't care what fucking decade it is. Bring it back. Big hair, sweater dress. Works for this guy. Hey, anybody? Okay.
She's hot.
Any other questions? Jackie.
So what do you guys think happened to the moms of the bad guys? You think that they're still living in luxury, or do you think they get a death notice and they have to they collect Social Security from their dead sons?
No, they're evicted. They're evicted from the old folks' home, honey. They're living on the street until like they're put in the ward. They don't have that bad guy income.
They get tossed in the cart. I don't want to get in the cart.
They're in the goddamn cart. Yeah, no,
I'm not dead yet.
It's tragedy for those guys' moms. It's terrible. Do you think, my question is, do you think fucking Frankie gives a shit about any of this?
What even? No. He even says something when he's just randomly tugging on one of his paid girlfriend's hair. You know what this means? I'm going to have to fucking explain this to people. I mean, what's his face is fine. We go back years, but if we have this party and all I got to offer is drinks, it's going to be kind of fucked up.
Right. I think like nobody even tells him, and he completely forgets about this diamond caper completely and just goes back to his hot tubs with these naked ladies.
Yeah, like one guy that he can't like say, yeah, another one went sideways on us is like, I went into you because I thought we weren't going to lose out. And he's like, well, okay, how deep are you into this? What do I owe you? Okay, go get him some fucking cash. You can have drinks or not. Here's your fucking cash.
Yep. Because we don't even see
Frank. Some boobs and general sexual harassment now. Thank you.
After Frankie brings in Drago, he is done with this movie. It is the end of Cameron Mitchell. Probably worked, 2 days? A day?
He's there for a day.
Yeah. To poke some boobs in a hot tub. What a guy. What a weirdo. Okay, anybody else? Final recommendations. I'll start. I like this movie. I liked it the first time we saw it years and years and years and years and years ago. And I still like it today. It is Action USA. It's aptly named. Jackie.
I say do. It had a lot of like I said earlier, I really wasn't expecting that. It's like they just kind of like, no, this is what really happens when you jump over a school bus with a tow truck as your ramp. And, I like that the lady was the heroine, and there were some just really good, like, laugh out loud moments. It was just a great movie.
House blowing up. The house blowing up is insanely.
Sorry about your house, man.
Kaboom!
Blows up.
So hilarious.
Yeah, so I'm going to give it a big do.
Sam.
Oh, it's a big do. I forgot that I'd seen this, and I was like seeing it all over again. And the second time, I'm kind of like, it's not Hall of Fame, but it's on the outside looking in because it's so fucking zany. And the explosions are just, there is nothing that I can think of that is an American picture anyway that is this Danger-esque with its explosions.
That is true. That's a good point. Yeah,
at the budget level that it has.
Usually these types of things that are this dangerous are filmed in Thailand or Romania,
Philippines.
Or, the Bucharest, shit like that. But no, this is a dangerous filmed in America movie. Americans got hurt. Innocent Americans probably making this movie for our entertainment. Hope they're okay. Hope your moms are okay too. Yeah. All right. 3 news from us. Check it out. I want to take a minute at the end of this show to tell Sam what I've been doing lately. I got my hands on RoboCop Rogue City, the video game.
Oh, really? I thought you were going to say that you got the full series of the Canadian production of RoboCop that gets condensed into the 4 movies, and either one of those, the full series or the full movies, I would have been super jealous of. What is going on with the video game?
I've just been playing the video game, Sam. Sorry, nothing awesome like that. But it's not a great game. But it is super fun to be RoboCop. It's like a blast to be RoboCop. They also got Peter Weller to revoice it, and Nancy Allen to be Lewis as well, which I thought was very tastefully. It's not homage-y, it's just RoboCop.
Can you hotkey Dead or Alive, You're Coming With Me? Or you can just follow around, Dead or Alive, You're Coming With Me.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But I say it while I'm playing. Anytime I shoot a bad guy, he's already dead because it's a very fast-paced shooting game. But every time I just say it out loud. Your move, creep. But anyways, my point is, RoboCop is a very old IP. The year Rogue City came out in 2023. RoboCop came out in 1887, which makes RoboCop a
1887.
1880. RoboCop. He's got an old hat and he's gonna go do some mining. No, 1987. I said 1987. It's 36 years old at the point this time. 36. The time this video games comes out, which is really old. You know what? If you go back 36 years from 1987, it's fucking 1951. That makes you feel icky inside, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we're still making A Star Is Born every 20 some odd years, so.
That's right. Well, it's funny you should mention that because I went back into the archives to see what IPs Nintendo had made re-release, old IPs that they'd taken and made video games from 1951 because, it's just how it works. So I found some oddballs here that you guys might know. They redid John Madden 1951. Autogram was on the cover. Okay. Not that one. You
just had run and pass.
Run and pass, that's it.
You actually had to go to a separate screen because passing was such a crazy idea.
I like this one. A Streetcar Named Desire, Stella's Revenge. That was a good IP re-release. The Day
Controls
the Earth...
are like Spy Hunter. It's a little wonky.
Actually, it was a very violent, weird game. Bananas, like you had to collect bananas, but also shoot. It was I don't know, sure if they knew what. I don't think they'd seen Streetcar Named Desire. Okay, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Just kidding. Destroy All Humans. Was a good one. And my favorite re-release of the 1951 is Tony Bennett's Croonwalker.
Oh my God.
Terrible.
Okay. So in order to craft these master level jokes, I had to research what was popular in 1951, which leads me on another tangent that we need to talk about. The biggest movies of 1951, and this is the not joke part, was the biggest number one movie of 1951 as far as money income, was a movie that made $30 million, which
wow.
$30 million today is two of my favorite movies from the last year made less than $30 million.
Yeah.
Quo Vadis. You ever heard of it?
No.
Quo Vadis? It's
No.
Italian for where you been. Or not Italian, Latin. It's a Bible epic about the time of Nero. What the fuck, dude? And the number 2 movie. Go ahead.
5 years out of World War II, so anything goes. It's like when COVID happened and I got to go to the theater the first time. I just went to the theater when it opened up and saw whatever I could see, which happened to be Wrath of Man.
I guess, but
because I was like, oh, that's got Statham and it's Guy Ritchie. I'll just go to this, and I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, but okay, so number 2 is David and Bathsheba, which is another biblical movie. It made $14 million.
Yeah. The
number 3 movie was Showboat. Those 2 biblical movies beat out Showboat, which in 1951 is hey, what kind of movie do you want to see? Probably Showboat. Showboat only made 11.
Showboat,
I don't
personally.
care if you like Showboat. I'm just saying movie audiences that you think of in 1951 probably want to see a musical. Showboat only made $11 million, and these two Jesus movies made $44 million against it. That's crazy. African Queen, $10 million. Streetcar only made $8 million.
Yeah.
And Alice in Wonderland only made $7 million. Those movies, all of them are on AFI's top 100, except for the top two. They didn't even make as much money combined as the number one movie of that year.
Well, I'm sure there was a pretty fabulous picture that came out the same year as Armageddon that didn't make as much money, and Armageddon's not going to make the AFI list, right?
Yeah, sure, but you've never even heard of Q Vadis.
And I hope to God I forget Armageddon.
I mean, I looked at the cast list. I got nobody. MGM didn't make it. RKO didn't make it. It's not like fucking Cecil B. DeMille was involved. And it was this big, epic Ben-Hur style movie that we've never even heard of. It's just like a Roman Empire movie about like, hey, well, so Nero sucks pretty bad, right?
Well,
yeah.
The blocks were still, we call them blocks, but they're not blocks like they were. The blocks were still intact at that point, right? So like the theater, the studio just said, this is what you're showing at a time when the theater's going to be full because the theater's full. So
yeah, that's true. That's a good point. My point I think is that 1951 was a game changer because these two biblical movies are number one. You know what the number one movie was next year?
No.
Greatest Show on Earth. Made $35 million.
Yeah.
Number two, Snows of Kilimanjaro, Jimmy Stewart. Made a buttload of money. High Noon, The Quiet Man, and Singing in the Rain. Those were the top.
The Western's going to take hold right then, huh?
And actual good movies were the top. Like, those are classics. So I think you got The Quiet, again, 1951, Streetcar comes out, and everybody's like, wait, we don't have to watch these biblical crap anymore. We could actually watch good movies.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was an interesting,
It'd be interesting to see if that was the block system in effect, and that had the movie thematically, the system changed thematically due to like all of a sudden Streetcar, African Queen getting stupendous per screen averages versus stuff that's forced upon everyone else.
Touche. Yeah, it was a watershed year, I think, in films, 1951, and probably somebody should look into this. I'm not.
I think you already did.
No, I could like
not really.
Not really. I'm not going to go any further than that. Anyways, next week on the show is Jackie's pick. Jacqueline.
I don't have anything picked, like as of usual. At the beginning, there was a point last year where I was really trying hard to like be more involved and, look up the cast members. Try to bring a little something to the game. And now I'm just, New Year's is hit and I'm right back to my shitty old ways where I don't pick a movie beforehand. I don't know anything that Sam's going to talk about. And I say weird things.
I've got a suggestion for you. It's also from 1951. It's Tony Bennett's Captain Captain Neo. It's another Michael Jackson thing. Tony Bennett. Okay, we'll see what Jackie does. Have a great week, guys. Get to the chopper.